Here are Grandpa's 43 clever Coca-Cola hacks that actually work. Cold remedy with ginger and lemon. Grandpa always swore by Coca-Cola for easing cold symptoms. Heat a cup of Coke in a small saucepan until warm but not boiling. Add a few slices of fresh ginger and a squeeze of lemon juice. Stir and sip slowly to soothe the throat and ease congestion. The carbonation helps loosen mucus, while ginger's anti-inflammatory properties and lemon's vitamin C support the immune system. Try this when a cold strikes and you'll feel relief in no time. Tenderize meat. Have you tried tenderizing meat with Coke? The acidity in Coca-Cola breaks down muscle fibers, making even tough cuts juicy. Place your meat in a dish and pour enough Coke to cover it. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes or up to 24 hours for maximum effect. Drain, season, and cook as desired. The phosphoric acid works like a mild marinade, ensuring every bite is tender and flavorful. Remove kettle lime scale. Dissolve stubborn lime scale with Coke. Fill your kettle halfway with Coca-Cola and bring it to a boil. Let it sit for about 30 minutes before scrubbing the interior with a brush. Rinse thoroughly with water. The phosphoric acid in Coke effectively breaks down mineral deposits without harsh chemicals. For extra cleaning power, leave the Coke inside overnight before rinsing. This trick keeps kettles running efficiently and free of buildup. Relieve upset stomach. Soothe nausea and digestion issues with flat Coke. Pour a glass and let it sit until the carbonation disappears. Sip slowly to help settle the stomach. The mild acidity aids digestion, while the sugar provides a quick energy boost. Many use Coke as a remedy for motion sickness, indigestion, or stomach cramps. Avoid chugging too fast. Small sips work best for calming an unsettled stomach. Get rid of rust. Eliminate rust effortlessly using Coke. Submerge rusty tools, bolts, or metal objects in a container filled with Coca-Cola. Let them soak for a few hours or overnight. Scrub with a brush or aluminum foil to remove loosened rust, then rinse and dry. The phosphoric acid in Coke reacts with rust, breaking it down into an easy-to-clean residue. Works on garden tools, car parts, and even old coins. Try this before reaching for expensive rust removers. Make barbecue sauce. Turn an ordinary barbecue sauce into something rich and flavorful. Combine 1 cup ketchup, half a cup Coca-Cola, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Simmer the mixture on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, stirring occasionally until thickened. The acidity enhances the depth of flavor, while the sugars caramelize beautifully on grilled meats, brush onto ribs, chicken, or burgers for a smoky, tangy glaze that sticks perfectly to the meat. No wonder why Grandpa's barbecue always tasted good. Relieve jellyfish sting. Neutralize a jellyfish sting quickly with Coke. Pour a generous amount over the affected area and let it sit for a few minutes before rinsing with salt water. The mild acidity helps break down toxins, reducing pain and irritation. Grandpa advised to avoid rinsing with fresh water, as it can worsen the sting. If available, a vinegar rinse works similarly. This trick is useful for beachgoers who need quick relief without immediate access to medical treatment. Prevent an asthma attack. Caffeine can help open airways during mild asthma symptoms. Sip a small amount of soda to relax the bronchial muscles and improve airflow. Studies suggest that caffeine acts similarly to some asthma medications, making breathing easier. It won't replace an inhaler, but can serve as a temporary aid when one isn't available. If symptoms persist or worsen, seek medical attention immediately. Use as pesticide. Did you know that in India, farmers use Coca-Cola to protect crops from pests? The sugars attract beneficial bacteria that repel insects, while the acidity discourages common plant-eating bugs. Mix 1 part soda with 3 parts water and spray lightly onto leaves and soil. This helps reduce aphid and caterpillar infestations without relying on harsh chemicals. It's a cost-effective trick for small gardens, but use sparingly to avoid excess sugar buildup in the soil. Boost compost pile. Speed up decomposition by adding a little soda to compost. The sugar feeds beneficial microbes, while the acidity helps break down organic material faster. Pour a cup over your compost pile every few weeks and mix well. This improves moisture retention and encourages a more balanced microbial environment. Avoid overuse, as too much sugar can attract unwanted pests. It's a simple way to supercharge compost and enrich soil naturally. Restore foggy headlights. Bring dull headlights back to life with this simple Coke trick by Grandpa. Pour a small amount of Coca-Cola onto a microfiber cloth and rub it in circular motions over the foggy surface. The mild phosphoric acid dissolves oxidation and grime. Let it sit for a few minutes before wiping clean with a damp cloth. Finish by drying with a fresh towel to prevent residue buildup. This method is an inexpensive alternative to commercial headlight restorers. Clean tile grout. Break down stubborn grime in tile grout without scrubbing endlessly. Pour a thin stream of soda directly onto the grout lines and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. The carbonation lifts dirt, while the acidity dissolves tough stains. Use a toothbrush or grout brush to scrub lightly before rinsing with warm water. For extra cleaning power, mix soda with a bit of baking soda. This trick works wonders in kitchens and bathrooms alike. Neutralize skunk odor. Quickly reduce the stink after a skunk encounter. Mix 1 can of Coca-Cola with a bucket of warm water and soak the affected clothing or pet fur. The acids help break down the sulfur compounds responsible for the strong smell. Leave it on for at least 10 minutes before rinsing thoroughly with clean water. If needed, repeat the process or follow up with a vinegar rinse. Avoid hot water, which can set the odor deeper. Bloodstain cleaner. Lift bloodstains from fabrics without harsh chemicals. Pour a small amount of soda directly onto the stain and let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes. The carbonation helps loosen dried blood, while the acids dissolve proteins in the stain. Gently blot with a cloth, then wash as usual. For larger stains, pre-soak the fabric in a bowl with equal parts soda and cold water before laundering. Always use cold water to avoid setting the stain. Window cleaner. Get streak-free windows with Coke. Pour the soda into a spray bottle and mist it lightly onto glass surfaces. Let it sit for a few seconds, then wipe away with a clean microfiber cloth. The phosphoric acid cuts through grease and grime, leaving windows crystal clear. Follow up with a damp cloth to remove any sticky residue. Make peanuts and Coke. Grandpa always swore by this Southern classic, adding peanuts to an ice-cold bottle of Coca-Cola. Pour a handful of salted peanuts directly into the bottle or a glass of Coke and let them soak for a few seconds. The salt enhances the sweetness, while the carbonation lifts the peanut oils, creating a unique sweet-salty blend. This tradition dates back to the 1920s when workers needed a quick, one-handed snack and drink combo. It's an easy way to enjoy a nostalgic treat with minimal effort. Restore corroded car battery. Grandpa knew that cleaning battery terminals was simple with Coke. Start by turning off the car and removing the battery cables. Slowly, pour a small amount of soda onto the corroded terminals, letting the mild phosphoric acid dissolve the buildup. Scrub gently with an old toothbrush or wire brush, then wipe clean with a damp cloth. Reconnect the cables, ensuring they are tight. This method helps improve battery conductivity and can prevent starting issues. Fluff up cake mix. Get bakery-quality cake texture with a can of Coke. Replace the eggs and oil in a boxed cake mix with 1 12-ounce can of soda and mix until smooth. The carbonation aerates the batter, creating a lighter, fluffier crumb. Pour into a greased cake pan and bake as instructed. This trick works exceptionally well for chocolate and vanilla cakes, adding moisture and an extra lift without changing the flavor. Defrost icy windshields. Melt stubborn ice on windshields in seconds. Pour a can of Coke evenly over the frozen glass and let it sit for a minute. The acidity helps break down the ice while the carbonation lifts it away from the surface. Use a scraper to remove the softened ice, then wipe the windshield with a dry cloth to prevent streaks. This hack is useful in freezing conditions when de-icer isn't available. For best results, follow up with a vinegar-based glass cleaner. Make an insect trap. Turn Coke into a makeshift bug catcher. Cut a plastic bottle in half and fill the bottom portion with a few inches of Coke. Invert the top half and place it inside the bottom, creating a funnel. The sugar attracts insects, and once they enter, they struggle to escape. Set the trap near garbage bins or outdoor seating areas to reduce flies and wasps. Empty and replace the soda as needed for continued effectiveness. Clear, blurry eyeglasses. Coca-Cola can cut through grime on lenses. Pour a small amount onto a microfiber cloth and gently rub it over the lenses, avoiding any plastic-coated areas. Let the carbonation loosen stuck on dirt, then rinse with warm water and dry with a clean cloth. The mild acids in Coke help break down stubborn smudges and grease, leaving the lenses crystal clear. Use this trick sparingly, as frequent use may wear down protective coatings on glasses. Enhance hair curling. Get bouncier curls with Coke. Pour a can into a bowl and soak clean, dry hair for a few minutes. The phosphoric acid tightens the cuticle, creating a more defined curl. Rinse thoroughly with water, then style as usual. This hack works best for naturally wavy or curly hair, adding volume and texture without using heavy styling products. For extra hold, let hair air dry instead of blow drying. Lip balm with Vaseline. Turn Coke into a homemade lip balm. Mix a small dab of Vaseline with a few drops of Coke and blend until smooth. The soda adds a hint of sweetness and slight tint, while Vaseline locks in moisture. Apply with a clean finger or a small lip brush for soft, hydrated lips. The sugar in Coke may provide mild exfoliation, helping to remove dry, flaky skin. Make whiskey cola, a classic, easy cocktail. Fill a glass with ice, pour 2 ounces of whiskey, and top with Coke. Stir gently to mix. The caramel notes in the soda complement the oaky flavors of whiskey, creating a smooth, well-balanced drink. Adjust the ratio to taste. More whiskey for a stronger kick, more Coke for sweetness. Garnish with a lime wedge for a refreshing twist. Make candied bacon. Coat bacon in Coke for a sweet, caramelized crunch. Lay strips on a baking sheet and brush generously with soda. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes, flipping halfway. The sugars in Coke glaze the bacon, adding a crispy texture and rich flavor. Let cool before serving. Soothe sore throat. Did you know that Coca-Cola can help ease throat irritation? Heat a small amount until warm, but not boiling, then sip slowly. The carbonation loosens mucus, and the sugar provides a soothing coat over the throat. The mild acidity may also help break down bacteria, providing temporary relief. For an added boost, mix in a teaspoon of honey or lemon juice. While this isn't a cure, it's a simple, comforting remedy when your throat feels scratchy. Use as soap dispenser. Repurpose an old Coke bottle into a soap dispenser. Clean the bottle thoroughly, then cut a small hole in the cap to fit a pump from a used soap container. Fill with liquid soap and secure the pump in place. The sturdy design makes it a great homemade dispenser for the kitchen or bathroom. The bottle's narrow opening ensures controlled dispensing, preventing waste. Clean burnt pan. Break down stubborn burnt residue with Coke. Pour enough to cover the scorched areas, then let it sit for 30 minutes. The phosphoric acid softens the buildup, making it easier to scrub. After soaking, use a non-abrasive sponge to lift the loosened debris. Rinse thoroughly and wash as usual. If the burn marks are extra tough, let the pan simmer with Coke for a few minutes before scrubbing. It's an easy, low-effort way to restore cookware. Remove stuck-on screw. Loosen rusted or stuck screws with Coke. Pour a small amount directly onto the screw and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. The acids in the soda help dissolve rust, making it easier to turn. Wipe off excess liquid, then use a screwdriver to loosen the screw. If it's still stuck, repeat the process or gently tap the screwdriver with a hammer for extra leverage. Use as a tire cleaner. Restore tires to a deep black shine using Coke. Pour some onto a cloth or sponge and wipe it over the rubber. Let it sit for a few minutes before rinsing with water. The acidity lifts grime and oxidation, leaving tires looking fresh. Avoid getting Coke on the car's paint, as it can strip protective coatings. For an extra glossy finish, apply a rubber conditioner after cleaning. Remove gas smell from clothing. Eliminate stubborn gasoline odors with the Coca-Cola. Pour a cup of Coke directly into the washing machine along with your regular detergent, then wash on a warm cycle. The soda's phosphoric acid breaks down oil residues, while the carbonation lifts embedded odors from fabric. For heavy contamination, soak clothes in a mixture of 1 part Coke to 3 parts water for 30 minutes before washing. Always air dry instead of using a dryer to prevent lingering fumes from heating up. Soothe insect bites. Relieve itching and swelling from bug bites with a dab of Coke. Soak a cotton ball in a small amount and press it onto the affected area for a minute or 2. The carbonation helps reduce irritation, while the mild acidity neutralizes toxins left by the bite. This trick works well for mosquito bites, ant bites, and mild bee stings. For added relief, store Coke in the fridge before applying for a cooling effect. Relieve headache. This may come as a surprise, but a small sip of Coke may help ease headaches. Caffeine constricts blood vessels, reducing pain from tension headaches and mild migraines. Drink half a glass at room temperature, allowing the sugar and carbonation to provide quick absorption. For best results, drink it as soon as symptoms start. If dehydration is the cause, pair it with a glass of water. Avoid this remedy late at night, as caffeine may disrupt sleep patterns. Remove driveway oil stains. Lift stubborn oil stains from concrete with Coke. Pour a generous amount over the stain and let it sit for at least an hour. The acids in the soda break down the grease, making it easier to scrub away. Use a stiff brush to work the liquid into the stain, then rinse thoroughly with water. For older stains, Grandpa advised to let the Coke sit overnight and repeat if needed. Keep your lawn green. Boost your lawn's health by using Coke as a fertilizer. Mix 1 can of Coke with a gallon of water and spray it evenly over grass. The sugars promote microbial growth, which enriches the soil and enhances root strength. The mild acidity helps break down compacted dirt, improving water absorption. Avoid overuse, as excessive sugar may attract pests. This trick works best when combined with regular lawn care, such as proper watering and mowing. Remove grease from stove filter. Cut through built-up grease on your stove filter with Coca-Cola. Remove the filter and place it in a sink or basin. Pour enough Coke to submerge it and let it soak for 30 minutes. The phosphoric acid breaks down grease and grime, loosening the residue. Scrub gently with a sponge or brush, then rinse with warm water and dish soap. Allow it to dry before reinstalling. Regular cleaning prevents clogs and improves airflow efficiency. Make a cinema highball cocktail. Create a smooth, refreshing cinema highball using Coca-Cola. Fill a highball glass with ice, then pour in 1.5 ounces of bourbon or spiced rum. Slowly top it with chilled Coke, giving it a light stir to blend the flavors. The carbonation lifts the aroma, while the sweetness balances the liquor's sharpness. Garnish with an orange peel or maraschino cherry for added depth. Serve immediately and enjoy a classic twist on a simple cocktail. Toilet bowl cleaner. Dissolve stains and mineral buildup in your toilet with Coca-Cola. Pour a full can around the bowl, ensuring it coats the sides. Let it sit for an hour, allowing the acids to break down grime. Scrub with a toilet brush to remove loosened stains, then flush. For tougher stains, let the Coke sit overnight before scrubbing. This method is effective for limescale and rust deposits without the need for harsh chemicals. Remove stuck chewing gum. Loosen chewing gum from hair, fabric, or hard surfaces using Coke. Soak the gum-covered area with Coke for 10 minutes. The carbonation and acids work together to weaken the gum's stickiness. Gently scrape the gum away with a spoon or cloth, then wipe the area clean with soap and water. Works well for carpets, upholstery, and even sidewalks. For hair, soak the strands and slide the gum off without pulling. Separate egg yolk. Use an empty Coke bottle to separate egg yolks easily. Crack an egg into a shallow bowl, then squeeze an empty, clean bottle slightly. Position the bottle opening over the yolk and release your grip. The vacuum effect pulls the yolk inside while leaving the whites behind. Gently squeeze again to deposit the yolk into another bowl. This technique ensures clean separation without breaking the yolk, perfect for baking or making custards. Remove mold and mildew from clothes. Eliminate mold and mildew stains from fabric using Coca-Cola. Pour a cup of Coke directly into the washing machine along with your regular detergent. Wash the clothes on a hot cycle to allow the carbonation and phosphoric acid to break down stubborn stains and odors. For heavily stained areas, pre-soak the fabric in a mixture of Coke and warm water for an hour before washing. This method restores freshness while removing musty smells trapped in fibers. Quickly put out fire. Use a can of Coca-Cola as an emergency fire extinguisher. Shake the can vigorously and puncture a small hole in the top with a sharp object. Aim the spraying liquid at the base of the fire. The pressurized soda releases in a forceful stream while the liquid cools and suppresses flames. This method works for small grease or paper fires, but should never replace an actual fire extinguisher. Always prioritize safety and call for help if needed. Clean old jewelry. Restore shine to tarnished jewelry using Coca-Cola. Place silver or gold pieces in a small bowl and pour in enough Coke to cover them. Let them soak for 5 to 10 minutes, allowing the phosphoric acid to break down dirt and tarnish. Remove the jewelry and scrub gently with a soft toothbrush. Rinse thoroughly under running water and dry with a microfiber cloth. This trick brings back lost luster, making dull jewelry look new again. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.